Hey everyone, Andy Lecture here. You can find me on Instagram at Andy R Lecture. I am one of the directors of Squared Independent, which is a virtual color guard, and we are currently in the middle of our summer series of projects. If you'd like to be a part of that, follow us on Instagram at SQD_independent and click the link in our bio, and you can click our registration form there and let us know. I'm also one of the directors of Takata Independent. You can find us at Takata_independent on Instagram. And we are a new Independent A winter guard in the upstate of South Carolina for the 2022 WGI season. So if you'd like to be a part of that, we have a world-class staff and we're really excited for the upcoming season. We'd love to have you. Today, I will be teaching you to do a neck roll into a 45, a left hand 45. This is going to be pretty challenging, and I struggle with it a little bit myself. So let's get to it. So this isn't a toss that we're going to do body under, but of course you can add that if you want to. So we're just going to break down the toss today. We're going to start with our hand about a third into the silk. If you have bumpy cheeks, it'll be right on that bumpy cheek, right about a foot from the tab. We're going to start there with the flag pulled to our right. And we're going to bring the flag under our arm, our left arm. So we're going to come from here flat, well, let's say down angle. We're going to bring it under our arm and kind of lunge onto your right leg. Under our arm, make sure that we're not going straight into it like this, up and down and vertical. So it's going to spin on this plane. You don't want that, because what we're going to want to do is have it go around our shoulder and then around our neck, and then we're going to grab it and go. So just so you can see from the front and see what I'm talking about from there. It's gonna go here around our shoulder, more parallel than vertical, so that it can then continue and have the tab rotate around your neck, and then you're gonna grab it with your left hand, thumb down towards the top of the flag, about a third of the way in, top of the pole, again on that bumpy cheek, and then you're gonna pull it and go into that 45. So, back to breaking it down. We're here. We're gonna lunge on our right leg. It's gonna come around. You're gonna place it so that the tab is above your shoulder and under your armpit, again, kind of on a more horizontal plane. And it's gonna spin there, you're gonna let go. You're gonna push your shoulder up just a little bit as it goes around, so you can encourage it to go around your neck. And then once it gets there, you're gonna kind of lean down into it and grab it. And you want your shoulders to be kind of on this angle to the side. So if I'm here, you're gonna be here as you're grabbing it so that you can set up the plane for the toss. So all together, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, grabbing on 4, out on 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, grab 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Some things to troubleshoot if you're having some issues. You might be, like I said earlier, going over it too vertical, and that's a problem that I was having earlier actually myself. And that's causing it to kind of lose momentum and fall over my head. So if you're finding that you're getting this action right there, you need to place it more horizontally. So think about it going more towards, like being more flat, as if your shoulder was a tabletop, as opposed to going it aggressively under your shoulder and being like having to pull up and down like this. You'd rather have it on this angle that's a lot lower. If your shoulder had a straight line there, you want it to be a smaller angle on this side. Another issue you might run into, speed of the flag. You want to make sure that you're going fast enough that it has momentum to get to where you want it to go. So don't be afraid to get that speed going. But you don't want it to go too fast, because then you lose complete control over it. And you don't know what's going to happen to it. So you want to make sure it's a little bit fast, but not too fast. Very descriptive and helpful, I know. The other thing is, make sure that when you're grabbing the flag to do your toss, that you're on that bumpy cheek, a foot from the top. If you're too low, it's going to be nice and lofty, which is great, but you run into the risk of hitting the ground with your flag because it's 6 feet tall, and you probably don't have the time to get from below your head here to a toss. That's going to be a lot more challenging. So try not to be too close to the top. But the other challenge is if you're too close to the tab, it's going to be a lot trickier with the weighting to get it high enough to get the rotation. It's going to be a lot closer to you and a little bit scary. So you want to find that sweet spot, a foot from the top stopper. one thing that could help if you're really kind of struggling to get this 45 is to make sure that, you can grab it with your right hand as you're grabbing with your left hand, and kind of do a two-handed 45, and that'll look like this. So I grab here at the tab with my right hand, right there. I'm grabbing it instinctively, like with my thumb towards the bottom of the flag, and as I go into the toss, I can like switch my hand to be thumb towards the silk. If you're really like on it, you can really be aware of like catching it with like overhands instead, and that way you don't have to make that switch. And that way, when you're going into the toss, you can do kind of your typical 45 there, like two-handed, it's just from the other side of the pole. I'm trying to get a feel for it there. So if you're struggling to get the toss one-handed from your neck, what you can try is just to toss without the prep and have your top hand on the top stopper. And I always start with my right hand, a foot in from the tab, and just do that 45 a few times. Once you get used to that, move your hands down to the proper, like where you're actually going to do the toss from, and move it down from the top to here. And on the tab, a foot from the top, do that toss. And then from there, you can practice kind of taking your right hand out of the picture. I'm just supporting here right now. I'm not going to actually push with my right hand, but from here you can practice just with your right hand. The thing with this toss also is to make sure that as you are going into it, make sure that you are passing through flat here at eye level and then releasing. If you're not turning with it, just make sure that that eye level is here, and then you go and push it higher so it doesn't actually hit you. But you do want to pass through flat straight to the sides. So this flat, right here. Not this flat, not this flat, not this flat, not this flat, not this flat. You want it to be straight to the sides. Okay, so if you don't pass through that, you're gonna have some weird planes with your toss, and that's gonna throw it off and be extra scary to catch. So we wanna make sure that we're hitting that flat to the sidelines, whether you're turning with it or not. Boom, right there. And make sure that you're staying in your toaster and staying in that plane and keeping it really, really consistent. So once you've gotten it without the prep and you're getting this, you can then try to add the prep back in. I'm not the most consistent with this, I'll be honest. And then once you're really comfortable with it, you can try adding some body. Maybe you release and like saute, develop those arms, or whatever you want to do. Just feel adventurous with it. And as usual, make sure that you're analyzing yourself. Don't just take this rep after rep without thinking about it and breaking it down, what's going wrong or what you can adjust. Always, 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 always take some time between each rep and think about what you've done and what maybe you could tweak a little bit to make it go better for you. And as always, if you learn how to do this trick from this video, upload a video of you doing it and tag Spintronics in it. Tag myself, we will root you on. We would love to see it. If you like this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Spintronics YouTube channel. I hope you guys have a great day and best of luck learning this trick.